So we got the stream going. Just making sure everything is going right. Right. So, here's where I set up the world. So this is a full permafrost plus a little bit of crystal here at the north end, the north corner. I put down 12 races in total, I believe. Yeah, 12. And I figured most of these races would be pretty fitting for permafrost. I made the crabs look sort of whitish to be like snow crabs, so they kind of fit a little more in this biome. But we're just going to let them develop, and we're going to see who ends up outlasting the others or who takes up most of the map in the end. This is an iceberg-sized map. Pretty much just a template that I edited, nothing huge or anything. And we're just going to see what happens. I gave each of the kings a weapon or some kind of item to favorite to keep track of where all the original king items go. And for now, we're just going to watch, I guess. I've started everybody out. Everyone started with about 50. I gave the cold ones 100 because it's going to be kind of difficult for them to reproduce. I changed the subspecies traits of a few of the races, but they're not like huge changes. I think I just changed like 1 or 2 traits on certain subspecies and nothing major. So, we'll have to see how it goes. So yeah, it looks like everyone's just kind of spreading out for now. This is still the beginning for sure. Snowmen are already kind of struggling somehow. We're about to enter the age of ice now. So for now, everyone's just going to slowly spread. Oh, a lot of snowmen are dying for some reason. I have no idea what's happening. What's going on? They're not very strong, it seems. Why are they so weak? What were they fighting? Is it because of the sun? I mean, I know the sunlight hurts them, but I mean, it's the age of ice. Does that not, like, do enough for them? Maybe not. I mean, what is going on? Like, what else would be hurting them? I mean, it has to just be the sun, I guess. Hang on a sec. I know that, the heliophobia or whatever makes sense for snowmen because the snow would hurt, or the sun would hurt them. But if it's the age of ice, I think it should be counteracted, and they're in a snow biome anyway, like entirely snow biome, so... I think I'm gonna change that part of it. We're just gonna get rid of that. We're gonna give them, let's say like 30 more, especially because those 30... I mean, 20 of them are still gonna die anyway. So we'll give them a little bit. Right. Now we'll see how they do. And they just reproduce some too. It looks like they're still dying pretty hard though. I have no idea what's going on there. Everyone else is still doing relatively alright. Stable. Right. So let's see how things start to go. Oh yeah, we also... I had them placed down at around year 100 already, so I guess it'll really only be about 900 years of development that we'll see from them. But still, that's quite a bit of time. Yeah, the snowmen kind of dying. Even with the trait removed, they're dying. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what part of their biology is just not allowing them to sustain at all. It looks like they're the only ones really struggling. I don't know what is going on with them. Maybe somebody could tell me. But, yeah, the snowmen, for some reason, dying out. Oh. Okay. The white mages have a boat very quickly. Okay, yeah, there's a few boats going out now. Plenty of unclaimed land. Oh, hang on a sec. Are those snowmen or penguins? Okay, yeah, that's just a ton of penguins. Right. So far, I don't think the snowmen are gonna get very far, honestly, which is really unfortunate. But I guess it didn't set them up right or something. They're keeping it around 30. They keep dying and making new ones, so I guess they just... something's going on with that. Everyone else is going pretty well. Dwarves are the first one to get over 200. I mean, the crystals and elves have their own islands at least. Eventually these guys are going to run into each other. And I think... you know what? Hang on a sec. I guess I should put war on. I think I turned... yeah, I turned diplomacy off. We'll do diplomacy. And I guess we'll do rebellions too. We're not going for one kingdom to win the whole map. We're just going to see what happens at year 1000. So yeah, immediately penguins call war on the white mages for some reason. We'll see how that goes. So it's that. So the bears and humans made an alliance immediately. And I guess, why is everyone going for the white mages? They're just chilling. Pretty friendly guys, I think. Snowmen are getting a little up. They're still really behind. And the crabs, they were doing well at the start. I don't know what happened now. They're really not spreading at all. Is it because... okay, well that's probably why. Right there. Maybe I should do... I didn't want to use this. But I guess I'll do that. Is it? Because they show up in this scenario, right? If it's like... only females and they can't reproduce. Hang on. Unless I just put down these guys and maybe one of them is a male. Okay, yeah. Yeah, they can spread a little more now, probably. I don't know. I don't think they can actually reach the white mages, though. They don't have boats, I don't think. Looks like only the white mage and... I think, is that an elf boat? Or is that a rabbit? That's a rabbit. So the rabbits and white mages are the first ones to get boats. Oh. And the dwarves and wolves immediately try to attack the elves as well. Which I don't think they can without boats unless they develop their religion really fast. Which, we're in the age of darkness now. Yep. So yeah, we're just gonna let things kind of progress. Ooh. So yeah, I guess the white mages made landfall. And they're really attacking the bears. And they do have a pretty big advantage since they do have plenty of ice staves. That's pretty huge. Oh. I guess they're either rebelling or just running away. Cold ones somehow gained a few new ones. I don't know when they did that. They can only reproduce by taking children and turning them into cold ones. Um, right, so looks like the bears might be kind of immediately eliminated by the white mages here. Maybe I should have waited a little longer to turn diplomacy on since they were still only at like one village each for the most part. Okay, everyone's trying to reach the elves over here. Penguins, I don't think they can reach the white mages. I don't think they should either. They're probably just gonna get wiped out if they try anything. So yeah, the bears are pretty much gone. I mean, they've got like a couple of splinter kingdoms. I don't know if they're gonna go anywhere or not, though. Oh. I guess a white mage broke away, too. Okay, yeah, lots of wars trying to happen, but they don't have a whole lot of boats yet. They're like just starting out. Yeah, I think the white mages had a pretty huge advantage, though. They made the boats first. Immediately took out the bears over here. Completely weakened their race. Alright, you have a good night too, man. You can always watch it tomorrow. I'll leave it up. Let's see how it ends. I'm probably going to go to year like 1000 in this one stream. Okay, yeah, wow. I was not expecting this much war to kick off, like, immediately. I probably would have left diplomacy off for a little longer if I knew there would be this much warfare, so they could make more villages before it starts. Yeah, wow. Kind of splitting off. Bears and crabs are practically done. They're pretty left behind. This looks like it's mostly a game between like the white mages, the crystals, the rabbits, and dwarves. I mean, they're eliminating all the elves immediately. Like, who even like, got over here? They just trashed their whole village. These guys are pretty big chillin'. I don't know how anybody's even gonna try to invade the crystals, honestly. They have a ton of resources. What? Why are there skeletons? Oh, that must be part of their... probably part of their religion magic. I didn't know they could do that. You know what? Maybe I'll change that, honestly. It doesn't really feel like it fits very well with them. Maybe like... well, I don't know if I want to do like meteors, because that's really overpowered. We'll just take that off. We'll put like bubble shields. Yeah, we'll just do that, I guess. Make trees and plants? Yeah, that's whatever. Oh, I didn't realize the penguins got hit pretty hard at some point. What's their religion? Right. These guys' religion. Okay, why do the white mages have... well, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. I probably won't look through all the religions, but I just want to check on like some of their magic powers. Cold ones are slowly growing. The cold ones can't really like reproduce the way the other ones can. They have to like take children and convert them, so I don't know how they're reproducing as much as they are, honestly. Yeah, this is pretty sprawling. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to get the whole map covered, or if that's even going to happen or not with all the warfare. I mean, it is 12 different kingdoms at once, so I guess these things can happen. So we're going to see this time scale. Yeah, the elves are hit pretty hard. The rabbits are spreading. They reproduce really fast, I've noticed. Crystals have plenty of land. Oh, hang on. What's going on here? These... So they're raising skeletons too. Why are they raising skeletons? That doesn't really seem very dwarf-like, but I don't know. I guess that's just how they developed. Well, I guess these crabs are just like giving up or something. They're really not spreading at all. The snowmen have made a surprise comeback. I don't know how that happened. Actually doing decently well. I don't know why there keeps being like white mages that break off. So we're just gonna let things play out for a little bit. See how things develop. Yeah, it's looking, huh. Well, I mean, the crystals are trying to conquer this whole land. Are they like, hang on a sec. There's like no alliances. Well, they're trying to hit the dwarves with like a pincer maneuver and conquer them, but the dwarves have enough numbers and strength, it looks like, to sort of repel them. Yeah, I think the white mages are honestly probably doing the best right now. I mean, they're doing so good, they've got like 2 splinter kingdoms off of them, which are just chilling on their own islands. Oh. I didn't realize, I guess the humans just got like completely eliminated right there by the dwarves or something because they were conquered. They might, so that's, humans are gone there. Pretty much. The cold ones are slowly growing in strength. But they're not declaring war or anything though, they're just sitting there. Well, just let this play out for a bit. Oh, cold ones spread all the way to this island. They're like quietly spreading while no one's looking at them. The snowmen finally have some decent numbers. It's pretty good. Another ice mage island. I don't know why they keep making their own kingdoms and not just staying with the main one. Oh. Okay, so the original dwarf kingdom is gone. There's like a rebellion one that's still standing where the humans once were. The crystals just conquered that. Yep. So all those dwarves work for the crystals now. This is some interesting developments though. The white mages are just spreading across, like as a kingdom they're not united, but as a people they're going to end up claiming a lot of land because each of these kingdoms are going to get pretty strong and just deny everybody else these islands. The penguins, no! No! I like the penguins, but they always just get absolutely murdered eventually. And that is very unfortunate. Hang on a sec. How many of the favorite items are even kings? Yeah, bear somehow ends up having the penguin staff. The bear's got the crab armor. White mage has the bear king armor. Oh, what? How did he, or how did she, I guess, get... That was the amulet that belonged to the human king. Where are they at? There's no way they were the one that killed the king. I mean, I wouldn't think so anyway. I have no idea. That's crazy. Okay, so it looks like the rabbits definitely have the highest numbers. I'm not sure if they have the most strength, though. Oh. Yeah, there's gonna be lots of fighting here in a sec. This is a huge alliance, holy crap. Yeah, they really just... Yeah, that's gonna be a powerful alliance. This is gonna be a tough island to crack, though. Man, the snowmen are spreading, like, really well now, compared to before. I guess that one trait of a difference just completely changes how it works. Yeah, the cold ones are kind of stuck a little bit for now. They don't have the highest numbers, but I know that they're still pretty decently strong. And going to war will probably just increase their numbers, honestly. Or at least make them the same. These buildings all look pretty cool, though. It's very nice. Oh. Oh, they're just destroying the snowmen right now. Yeah, I guess that's part of the alliance. So they're gonna have the snowmen. Yeah, they're fighting snowmen, crystals, rabbits, and elves. I mean, a large white mage kingdom will be pretty strong, but with that combined strength, I think they've got a pretty good chance of winning, honestly. Why are the crabs just like doing nothing? You've got plenty of space and people, and they're just like not doing anything. Wonder, hang on, I want to see something. What do you have here? Yeah, they've got a ton of mithril. Ton of mithril. Plenty of food. I mean, yeah, you gotta think this is what they're putting in storage. So they've probably got some pretty good stuff. Probably tons of mithril. Yeah, I mean, look at all that mithril. And gems. So yeah, they've got plenty of resources to bolster themselves. We'll see if they can beat the white mages. Man. I think... Yeah, there's... This is gonna take a minute. Oh, the cold ones made an island over here too? Or a little island village? Well, they're definitely trying to spread. I think I saw one of them with an ice staff too. Well, they're definitely trying. Hello. Playing on that WorldBox, the new update. This is going pretty well though. I think I should have left diplomacy off for a little bit longer though. Because it feels like everyone's development, or a lot of people's development, was just completely stunted by immediate war. No one's dropping any meteors though. I guess no one's religion developed meteors or earthquakes or anything. I guess, yeah, they're gonna try to remove these mages off. And then these cold ones are probably gonna just take it over, honestly. I don't know why they didn't just stay with the big kingdom. Well, they're getting messed up pretty badly right now. There's a, looks like a pretty big battle going on. Yeah, this is a lot of people here. So yeah, that's gonna go on for a while. Someone summoned a tornado. Wow. Yeah, I think they've got a pretty overwhelming force to mess up these white mages. It's gonna be a little harder to take this island though, I bet. What do you have? He's got full mithril and an ice staff. That's pretty great. I think the white mages might be... I mean, they're immune to ice damage though, so hopefully it has some other kind of damage, because I don't know if it'll do any damage to them really with that. Yeah, the crystals have definitely been like the least interrupted kingdom probably. Like probably the rabbits too. No one's really messed with them at all, and they've just been spreading like really hard. Wolves have plenty of territory as well. I mean, there's a few big kingdoms. I mean, the rabbits definitely have the biggest numbers, but they're probably not that aggressive in a war, like by themselves. Crab's still doing nothing, literally just staying at like around the 50s. That's it. Making no progress. Well, I mean, it looks like the white mages can at least hold their main island from invaders. Probably gonna lose all their territory over here though. Rabbit Kingdom just hit 1,000, yeah. Hitting 1,000? Oh, I'm getting a little bit of lag. So yeah, it's all out warfare still. I don't know if they're ever going to cover all the map, or if they do, it's probably going to take a long time. Oh yeah, the rabbits just lost a ton of them. like 200 all of a sudden. I don't know what just happened there. Cold ones are still finding people to take somehow. They need to take children and turn them into cold ones, and that's the only way they can reproduce. And they've gained like 100 through the course of like about 150 years, 140 years. Hello. Oh no. Wow. Yeah, the entire wolf kingdom just imploded. It just split into like 4 different kingdoms and they're all just about to kill each other. That's crazy. I've never seen that happen. Well, they only had like 500 or 600. I mean, the rabbits have like 1,000. They haven't had a single rebellion. I guess they're making pretty good progress on the mage island, finally. Yeah, they're all dying pretty hard. Well, I mean, the mages had a pretty good start. I guess things are turning around pretty hard now because of the crystals, though. They've been able to sit and gather resources up there for a while. Who's the strongest kingdom? Well, the Rabbit Kingdom has the highest numbers. I think the Crystal people probably have the best equipment. They've got a ton of mithril and gems and other stuff on this Crystal Island. They've been allowed to develop pretty uninterrupted, but I don't know. Let me check what they have in storage. I don't know. I mean, they've got like sticks and stuff. It's really not that crazy. Yeah, they've got pretty low tier weaponry. And these guys are like rolling with a ton of mithril. Well, they were. I guess they distributed it all. They took over a dwarf village, though. Or a dwarf kingdom, really, and they just are using a village. I guess they've distributed all their weapons, or maybe they lost some. They did have a ton of mithril in their storage, though, at one point, and whenever a crystal golem dies, they drop mithril. I made it so that happens, so that's why there's so much mithril over here. It's because they attacked the white mages, and a lot of them died up here and couldn't reach the bottom. I'm surprised at how well the cold ones are doing, though. They haven't really gone to direct war with anybody. I don't know if they can even declare war, because they haven't even tried. They've just been slowly growing. But I mean, they've apparently taken like over 100 children to reproduce, though, because they can only reproduce by taking children and converting them into cold ones, so they've been doing that. Snowmen have been slowly rising. The crabs have not made more than 2 villages ever. And like no one's even going to war with them. They're just not doing anything. Humans got... Huh. The human kingdom was wiped out, and I guess somebody rebelled and made a new human kingdom. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I think... Looks like the ice mages are about to lose all their power here in a minute. Because this kingdom's about to go. This one is finally about to go. This was their strongest kingdom. They just have this island and these territories. Crystals are, I guess, looks like they're really just trying to sweep the map right now. They're like working together with the rabbit people. Yeah, this is like a huge alliance between rabbits, crystals, elves, snowmen, and some of the white mages. So they literally have some of the white mages attacking their own people. Which, I mean, you would think the white mages would be a little more, like, I don't know, less like that, I guess. They rebel and fight each other more than you would think. So yeah, the original Ice Mage Kingdom, which started out the strongest, is now gone. We're in year 259. We got a lot of years to go still. Next age is the Age of Despair, though. There's one in the rotation. I don't have any disasters or events on, though. I feel like that disrupts things a little bit. It looks like they finally... Well, these guys are still at war. But other than that, it looks like there's relative peacetime for the first time since I turned diplomacy on. Yeah, the rabbits... Holy crap, they just have a huge spread, though. I'm surprised there's, like, no rebellion or anything yet from them. Oh. I think someone just dropped a meteor on them. Yeah, there's so many, like, splintered wolf kingdoms now. Damn, the snowmen are really getting up there now. They've been slowly increasing without really doing a whole lot. They've just been slowly expanding with no one to disrupt them. And everyone is now dogpiling the wolf kingdoms, it looks like. Look at these guys. Just throwing tornadoes everywhere. Let me see something. There's a way I can check like a kingdom list, yeah. Or sort by army? Villages. It's about the same. So yeah, I guess if you want to look at like their strength of like the army maybe. Yeah, I mean they've got like 3 times the population, but only about like not even twice the size of the army though, so I bet the crystals would honestly probably win against the rabbits still, because they're also using lower grade equipment. So even though the crystals are only at about 500 compared to like 1500, they'd probably still win if they went to war with each other, which they're in an alliance, and they've been keeping that pretty well. They're pretty good buddies, I guess. I mean, look at that. I mean, everybody in the Alliance is doing a whole lot better than everybody not in the Alliance. So I guess it's really working for them. Yeah, it looks like the only big kingdoms left are the ones in the Alliance, and eventually it's going to dissolve, I bet. They're making it last a while, but eventually it's going to dissolve. Just gonna sit back and watch for a sec. We'll put a monolith. I don't even know. What would a monolith do, like, if they're already evolved, though? I don't know. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Because that could cause, like, another kingdom to start from just, like, animals around, and I kind of want to just keep the kingdoms that I put down at the start. Because it might... I don't know. I know that a little randomness is fun, but I think that would add just a little too much randomness for what I'm going for. Kind of wanted to see which race would do the best in the Snow Kingdom. Which I'm not sure. It's probably not going to be the same result every time. I mean, the humans got wiped out like immediately. Well, almost immediately. And now there's like a new... Well, there's a new human kingdom, I guess. What are they even? Hang on. So they're... It's a human kingdom, but they've got 2 dwarf villages in the human village. They're using a dwarf religion, language, elven culture. That's interesting. I like how the crabs are just eternally chilling. They're not going to war with anybody or expanding. There's a oh, what? Okay, the snowmen got hit really hard. And now Skeleton is their king. Yeah, that's the Snowman Kingdom. It went from like 500 to 88. I didn't even see it go down. What is going on here? Okay, yeah, clearly there were some earthquakes or meteors or something. There's so many little wolf kingdoms. So yeah, the Snowman Kingdom was actually doing pretty good, slowly increasing. And then they just got hit really hard, I guess. And they're just going to zero. I mean, they've got a skeleton for a king right now. Or they did. Who are they even at war with? Oh, the bears. Well, I mean, the snowmen had a good run, I guess. I really thought they were going to do better than that. I mean, when it came to actual wartime, they really didn't stand a chance somehow. Crystals, crystals and rabbits just keep escalating. The crystals aren't getting any more land. They're not getting much bigger, but I know they're getting probably really good equipment for what they have. And the rabbits are just focused on spreading and not upgrading equipment, I guess. I mean, I guess they don't have access to the same resources as the crystal people. They get a ton of resources. There's just a ton of war going on around this center zone. Looks like these bears are just causing a lot of problems. These bears are probably the ones that wiped out the snowmen really hard, and it looks like everyone's trying to work to get rid of the bears, but... Man, how did these guys get so many white mages? This isn't even the original kingdom. They started out with, like, barely any. They're doing pretty well. They're doing, like, better than the, like, original white mages, and they have, like, a way smaller island. Let's just skip to the next stage. Oh, the crystals just took a huge hit. Dang. I have no idea what killed like 300 of them at once right there. Oh. What is going on? You guys good? You got like white staffs. Well, they're about to take out those white mages at least. They can rebuild. They're actually going to get a pretty big population now with that whole island. Eventually, when they rebuild. The rabbits are down from like 1,500 to 1,100. That's still a pretty huge number though. And then everyone else is like... Yeah, you can definitely see the gap in power now. Between all of them. I'm surprised, like, do the cold ones just not declare war, or what? Because, like, I would have thought they'd be like a more aggressive subspecies, but I guess not. They're really just sitting there and just kidnapping people every now and then to convert them, I guess. I don't know what's going on. Still a ton of war going on, though. So yeah, lots of It's like never-ending war pretty much with this many kingdoms out on the field. I'm surprised the snowman one didn't get completely obliterated. Like, what does he even have? He has like bronze. Like, their king has bronze. Oh. Oh. Yeah, a ton of equipment. Because they don't have anybody to give it to. Well, that's very unfortunate. Snowmen got up to 500 somehow without being attacked, and in the moment that they were attacked, they just, like, lost it all. Okay, some new kings. Let me see how many of my items are still in circulation. So yeah, he still has that item, the original one. Huh. This was for a different white mage king, the original one, and it ended up with a white mage still. The Penguin King staff. How did a crab get it? They're not doing anything. How did a crab get the Penguin King staff? And then a bear got the Bear King skin back. It was lost. Amulet of Kings are just owned by some male rabbit. You're not even a soldier, buddy. Or are you? They're not even a soldier. They're not even a soldier, and they have the Amulet of Kings. And it's not cursed, by the way, so they don't have to keep it on them. So, yeah, pretty interesting development still, though. We got a ton of kingdoms on the field still. With rebellions every now and then. Yeah. There's only like a few kingdoms that have like over 300 population. Those are the only real players right now. But I mean, we've seen their population can drop pretty hard. The oldest kingdom? Let's see. A few of the original kingdoms that I placed are still standing. So probably one of them. Sort by age. So the oldest one is the crabs, and they haven't done shit. And followed by the crystals, and they've done much more. They probably still got the most powerful army. Yeah, the crabs made like one kingdom, or they made one village, and it got destroyed, and then they've just been sitting here. They're dying, somehow. Are they fighting? Are they actually in a war? I don't think so. So they've just been chilling with like this one village this whole time, not doing anything. No one's gone to war with them. They haven't started war with anybody else. They've just been allowed to chill out for a while. Yeah, seriously. I had high hopes for the crabs too. I was like, oh yeah, we'll get some crabs here because I have an excuse to put them in because they're snow crabs. But yeah, they really just did not do shit. They made one village, it got blown up, and then they just decided to just not expand anymore and not have any beef with anybody. I wonder, like, even though the crabs won't become the strongest kingdom, I wonder if they can eventually become the oldest kingdom. Well, I mean, I guess they are already the oldest kingdom, but I mean, maybe by a bigger gap. Oh, the cold ones are finally at war with somebody. Incredible. I get to see them in action. Still waiting on an update for mobile. Yeah, I'm honestly curious as to how it's going to run on mobile. Because the amount of stuff is insane. And there's a lot of new animations and stuff. Wow. Yeah, the cold ones are like relentless, actually. Glad I got to finally see them in a war. Yeah, they're just going crazy right now. Got some ice stabs. So yeah, it looks like they're going pretty ham on that village. They got plenty of health. They got decent enough gear. I guess they got like leather and bronze. I don't even know if they really need it because they do have a lot of traits to begin with. Yeah, they just tore down that whole village and they still have plenty of army. They lost a few people though. It's gonna be hard for them to rebuild because they've got a much more tricky reproduction. But yeah, I finally got to see them fight. That's pretty cool. They're still alive. They can regenerate, so they'll get a bit of their strength back before they get to wherever they're going. I guess they're returning home. Most advanced kingdom? Probably the crystals, honestly. I don't know. I mean, if we're looking at population, then definitely rabbits, but if we're looking at, like, army, probably these guys. I think that's probably, like, still the oldest king as well. I don't know how many of... I favorited all the kings at the very start. Yeah, only these two kings are the original kings still. And yeah, I would say probably the crystals or the rabbits. Because they've been around the longest and they've got a ton of numbers, ton of land. Anyway, the cold ones are fighting some more out here. Oh. Earthquake just destroyed a whole village pretty much. That's gonna cripple the cold ones. Yeah, it took them a long time to reach like 300 population, but I don't know how far they're gonna fall. Well, I'll see, man. Hope you enjoyed. Man. This is pretty fun though. I mean, there's so many races now, you can just make a whole biome or whole world one biome, and then there's probably enough creatures you could put down that are fitting enough for that biome. So this is I mean, it's a pretty good mix of creatures for an all-winter world, I think. It's interesting that cold ones are belled and are using... Well, they're using new cold one culture, but they're using like the wolf people's religion. It's kind of odd. Looks like more earthquakes are happening. Dude, the rabbit population is getting ridiculous at this point. Like, they just have that whole northern part now. There's still plenty of unclaimed land, but I mean, nobody can, like, reach it all. Hmm. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, so it looks like they might wipe out the snowmen soon. Looks like things are thinning out a little. I think whenever they get to year like 900, I'll probably turn off rebellions and then just see if one kingdom can come out on top, or how much of the land will be owned by a few kingdoms. Alright, it's looking like... Yeah, the wolf kingdoms are really just getting smothered right now. Some meteors just dropped. Wow, yeah, someone finally developed some meteors. And this human kingdom is actually, like, doing pretty well. It's doing much better than the original human kingdom. I think they already lasted longer than them. It's, it's a fun surprise to see that kind of thing happen. The crabs are literally just chilling so hard and no one's bothering them. It's amazing. The cold ones are chilling right now. They're down on their population a little, but I mean, I guess everyone is kind of falling down now. Yeah, there's a ton of war lines going down. Yeah, it definitely seems like it's kind of thinning out a little. All the small kingdoms are just being completely smothered. And there's fewer and fewer strong ones, and there's just an increasing gap of power and capability. Like, I think the only people who can even beat the rabbits right now is probably the crystals, because of just the sheer number of rabbits, but crystals have a stronger army. It's just crazy, though. Oh! The crystals are now intent on destroying the cold ones. Hang on a sec, let me get a... Oh. Put it on this... Get a closer look. I'm gonna be here when the fighting starts. I guess they're fighting over here. Another earthquake. Oh, what? Where did this guy even come from? This guy is 62. He's like... What level is he even out at? I think he's like level 1. I don't see any... Oh. So he just decided to start his own kingdom out there, like out of nowhere, I guess. Well, we'll see how that goes. I mean, you're by yourself. I mean, you literally can't reproduce. So, I don't know. I guess if the crystals do beat the cold ones, they're gonna get a ton of ice hammers. So that's plenty of weaponry for them they can use. These white mages are still doing really good for themselves. They really haven't broken down much of their land at all. Man. Yeah, this is definitely going pretty crazy, though. There's just so much war going on. I mean, there's just so much unclaimed land. Yeah, some kingdoms are getting snuffed out some more. Yeah, it looks like the cold ones are really... Who did they get? Okay, so yeah, one of the... Why are they both green? So I guess the ice mages are just getting rid of all the cold ones. Which is unfortunate. I was having fun watching them do their thing. But, you know, I guess they didn't really have everything needed to last as long as, like, the crystals or the rabbits, I guess. Looks like a lot of crystals died out here. Well, they've still got pretty good numbers, though. I mean, this island is definitely helping their population. They don't really have much more land than that. They got like that. They got like one village here. Which is something, I guess. I think at this point I'm probably just gonna let it run for a while on this speed until we get to like year 900 and then maybe like year 850 or so, and then I'll slow it down and look at it a little closer. But I need to... I'm trying to get to year 1001 night. And that's going to be a fair bit of waiting. I mean, the stage is set. I mean, at this point we can just watch the kingdoms go crazy on each other. Actually, curious again, are any of my items left? 3. So a wolf, an ordinary wolf somehow got the Amulet of Kings. Skeleton got the Penguin King Staff. He's in the Human Kingdom too, I think. Pretty sure that's what that is. Yeah. It's fun. And then a white mage got the Staff of the Mage King back again. I think he had it last time too. Well, there's only 3 left, and I started with like 12 items for each of the kingdoms. So, not a whole lot left. Right. I've actually got to go do something real quick. It'll take me a few minutes. So I'm just going to leave the game running. Won't take me long. I'll just leave the game running and then come back to whatever it turns into. Oh wow, the crabs are actually... They actually made another village finally. Well, it only took you like 200 years, man. What were you guys doing? More like 300 years. That's crazy. Right. Well, I will be right back. Right. I'm back. Okay, so I'm seeing some interesting developments right here. So the crystals are expanding even more. The crystals are definitely unstoppable right now. Crabs. Made a third village. What happened? They're at war. Who are they at war with? Well, I guess they might be able to win that now. Hang on a sec. Let me check their magic. Wait, hang on. They're using the crystal religion? Okay. There's two... Man, there's like two big white mage kingdoms. Hang on a sec, because I'm tired of them having those colors. White mages should not be green, especially not two of them. That's just confusing. So we'll do that. And that guy who started a white mage kingdom by himself actually has like 40 people now. No clue how he managed that. But they're getting bombarded anyways. By some neighboring cold ones. At least there's still some cold ones living. There's like new elf kingdom. Well, these guys are rising in power pretty well now too, though. There's no alliances. No. I'm surprised the crabs finally made some villages. It only took them like 300 years to make a third village. That is crazy. Well, there's still fewer and fewer kingdoms and definitely a lot fewer relevant kingdoms. I mean, these guys are not going anywhere, for real. Not compared to like this kingdom or this one. These two. These two are still the most dominant force for sure. Well, things could still change though. No, wait, hang on, who's the king? A white mage is the king of, well, I mean, it was a cold one kingdom, but, I don't know how they got some other people in there involved. I don't know. It's interesting. Well, there's still plenty of fighting. Those rabbits are about to just completely crush the elves down here. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, these guys are about to get smushed. They've got 3 different armies coming at them. I mean, they might keep this island. Every other one is about to get smushed. Crystals are at 1,000 now, which is great for the amount of like equipment they have. Like, I wonder. Hang on a sec. Okay, well, I don't know why they're using elf culture though. Let me see. They've got like low tier weapons in storage. They've probably got a lot of pretty high grade stuff out though. I'm proud of the crabs though. They finally made some villages, went to war for a bit, and didn't get completely demolished like the snowmen did. All the snowmen are gone now. I don't know if there's like any left. There's like one snowman left out there. I have no idea where he's at. We've got 29,000 deaths. It's probably going to be way more by the end of this. What's this? Oh, so the Rabbit Kingdom finally experienced its first rebellion. Only took them until like population 1,500. See, the rabbits probably aren't the strongest in fights, but they've got such huge numbers that it just doesn't even matter that much. They just rebuild really fast too, so it really just doesn't even matter. I'm surprised at how many cold ones are still in circulation, though. That's really interesting to me. How there's still enough cold ones in circulation that they become leaders of kingdoms. Yeah, this kingdom is becoming pretty huge now. Pretty solid threat, I would say. Hang on a second. Alright. I was just adjusting the volume a bit on the stream. Okay, well. Oh boy. What is happening here? Bunch of living plants. Yeah, so this. Yeah, their kingdom just like fractured. And they also just lost. Yeah, they just. Yeah, it just splintered pretty hard. Lots of rebellions. I guess all that time building up just really caught up with them all at once or something, man. It's going crazy now. Well, there goes the Rabbit Kingdom. It's pretty much gone just like that now. They've got way lower numbers than the Crystals. No way they could match up to them or the White Mages anymore. Those are like the big two now at this point. They are now the only ones with a population above 500, and they've got really strong armies. So, the crabs got beaten back a little bit. They're still trying to make war happen with the elves. I don't know if they have any boats or not. Who even is their, like, king? 75. What? They got an adamantine bow. Made by an elf almost 200 years ago. That's pretty crazy. What does this guy have? Oh, he's got an ice staff. A lot of mithril from crystals. Well, damn. That was made 328 years ago. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, honestly. That's pretty strong weaponry. Well, yeah, there's... Yeah. I would say right now, realistically, the only two big kingdoms are the Crystal and White Mage Kingdom, and if either of them have a huge splintering or a rebellion that they can't handle, then it's probably over. Or maybe everyone would just be on equal ground again. I think if it gets to like year 900, I'll turn rebellions off and then just see how it ends at year 1000. Yeah, that's crazy. The Rabbit Kingdom has basically just fallen. There's a white mage leading it now who's 244 years old. Got lots of crystal equipment. Wow, that's honestly pretty crazy. They're using the bear's religion. Well, that's pretty interesting. I mean, hey, he's a pretty strong mage. I mean, he's level like 15 now. I mean, yeah. It's not bad. Yeah, I mean, looks like some kingdoms were just wiped out. I've noticed there's no wolf kingdoms anymore. I guess that's probably been that way for a while. Well, the bear kingdom is somehow doing pretty well for itself all of a sudden. I don't know how that happened. This whole island was just earthquaked so hard that like there's barely any biome left. Yeah, someone's using earthquakes pretty hard. The dwarf kingdom. Well, I guess it was a human kingdom, and now it's all going away now. Wow, yeah, they're really cleaning house right now. They're definitely emptying this map out. There's like four, eight. There's only 9 kingdoms left. It's about to be 8 if they eliminate that one. The crabs are just always in war with the elves, but they don't ever see them, I don't think. Well, I guess. Well, maybe they are seeing them here. Yeah. Yeah, I want to see the crabs actually do something. I don't think they will though. I think that they're all a bunch of level 1s with like no equipment or hardly any. They got something, I guess. Probably not much at all though. Hang on a sec. Let me do. Okay, I was just making sure that was on. Looks like there's like grass or something growing here, so I don't know. Well, they still got like 2 villages at least. It's better than one. I mean, they were literally just sitting there letting the world go on around them, and they decided like 300 years after the fact to actually participate, and now it's like so late, man. Like, look around you, man. Okay, yeah, this kingdom's gonna build the rabbit kingdom back up to a huge number. The bears are probably about to get smothered by a ton of white mages. There's a lot of white mages in that kingdom now. Yeah, I think bears are probably going to get messed up real bad. Crystals are, wow, they're really spreading. They've got a huge amount of territory here. They've got the opportunity to really spread, and I don't know. Probably defeat them. You know what? I kind of want to turn off rebellions now because I feel like it could be anticlimactic and they could just lose everything. If they rebel anymore. You know what? I'm just gonna leave rebellions off now. We'll just see how it goes. I know there's not a whole lot of kingdoms left right now, but if we really need some more, I can turn rebellions back on, but I don't know. I think it would just be fun if it came down to a fight between the crystals and white mages. That would be a pretty huge war. And if they rebel, then I won't get to see. I was just gonna startle by my cat right there. She just scared me a little bit. Came out of nowhere. Right. Yeah, it looks like. Okay, yeah, there's like 3 big kingdoms. These guys basically just got smothered. I don't know what the crabs and the elves are doing. They're kind of stagnating pretty hard still. Still not the original white mage group though. The only original kingdoms left are the elves, the crabs, and the crystals. Everybody else formed from a rebellion. What? The crabs just went from attacking the elves to making an alliance with them. And okay, they're about to get just completely smushed by the crystals. Crabs, you really didn't have a chance there. Crabs, what were you thinking? You're the oldest kingdom, and this is how you're gonna go out. Bunch of skeletons coming at them. Yeah, I think the crabs are just done for. They really thought they could join the elves and have a chance against the crystals. Like, there was really just no chance that was gonna happen. Let me check something. How many? There's only two magic items left. They're both staves. One of them is being used by a level 1 skeleton. One of them by a level 5 200-year-old crystal. You're 200? You're level 5? Well, he's got mithril at least. These are the only two items left. After 400 years, the others were all lost one way or another. So yeah, the crabs are gone. That whole kingdom was just wiped out. And the elves are probably soon to follow in like moments. So yeah, I think at this point it's... I mean, the elves at this point are irrelevant beyond the territory that they're standing on. So it's going to come down to a battle between the crystals, the rabbits, and the white mages. So we'll see who wins that, and I guess if there is just like one kingdom encompassing everything, then I'll allow rebellions again until year 1000. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the white mages are cultivating some insane power. All their villages are led by white mages, or I guess some of them cold ones. A bear and an elf. It's like one person. Let me just check something. Well, they've got... Yeah, they got some cold ones. I mean, there are still definitely cold ones in circulation. Which is pretty interesting. Considering I think a few of the races I put down are just completely extinct now. Yeah, the elves are completely eradicated now. There's still a few in circulation around the kingdoms. But they have no kingdom of their own anymore. There's only like one in the bear kingdom. I mean, that's basically just gone. And so is that. They're not going to do much. It's really a contest between these three kingdoms now. To see who's the best in the Ice Age. I guess it makes sense the crystals would do so well, though. They're the only ones with the crystal biome that I gave. They would get plenty of good resources from that. Skeleton's trying to start his own kingdom. I've got rebellions off, but they can still start their own, like, stray kingdoms at times. But if there's ever, like, one kingdom controlling everything, I'll turn rebellions back on. Until year 1000. Yeah, now it's getting real now. There were a ton of kingdoms on the map. Feels kind of weird seeing only like 5 kingdoms now, even if 2 of them are just kind of nothing. Like 4 of them maybe. I guess there's a couple in. They're not even showing me the name. Yeah, the crystals immediately took this whole island. More land. These guys somehow have way more population than these two, though. I don't know what they're doing. Like, what is... Yeah, I really don't know. Well, we'll see how this goes in the end, though. There's no war now. They're at peacetime, gathering land, resources, but it's probably not going to be too long before the next war. They needed to make an alliance if they're going to beat the white mages, though. I mean, they've got... Okay, yeah. Yeah, they are in an alliance with greater numbers than them. You probably could beat them with that alliance. And then we'll just see what happens from there. Whenever that finally happens. The game runs smoother at like times 15 speed. Hmm. I don't know how grass is spreading. Unless someone like used magic to make grasslands and then it spread over the soil that was earthquaked maybe, I don't know. I mean, I guess I might as well leave it. It's not a huge deal to have a little bit of grass. There's a lot of grass up here though. Yeah, let me see their villages. So yeah, they've got a few ice mages leading their villages. The ice mages not only have the strongest kingdom, they've got people in the other 2 kingdoms leading villages too. They're a pretty strong race. I mean, especially since when you spawn them, they can make ice stabs already, so that's pretty strong. I mean, I bet that these guys' culture probably is like a... Well, they've got like an elf culture. And for some reason, these guys also have an elf culture. I don't know. These guys all have the same culture, and it's just an elf. There's no elf kingdoms. Oh man, they've converted this to like almost all grass, I've noticed. Well, I guess not really. They're just a big grass spot. There's a ton of mithril from where the crystals died. And they're fighting the elves. It looks like adamantine from the meteors that were dropped. They don't seem to have a lot of people on it, really. Yeah, there's a ton of gems and mithril and resources to gather here. You got a huge supply of it there. Well, there's no wartime. It's actually kind of surprising. It's been a long time and no one's declared war on each other. They were going crazy when there were a ton of other kingdoms. And now there's only three. It's like, I guess they're just content now with all the land they have. They don't want to go to war anymore. I mean, I'm sure they'll go to war eventually, but it's like not anytime soon. These bear kingdoms are just slowly growing. They're definitely not gonna be able to match these guys, but they're getting something at least. Got a war population of 6,000, almost 7,000. Oh, all right. Yep. Yep. So these ice kings are about to just, or the ice mages are about to just completely snuff out this bear kingdom. Yeah, look at all of them. They've all got staffs. Well, I guess not all of them. I guess they don't have enough. But yeah, still, I mean, these bears have no chance. I mean, I guess it makes sense that these guys would be so strong. I mean, they've always got good traits. I mean, they always have like ice immunity and regeneration by default and a bunch of other stuff. So they are a very strong thing to make have a civilization. They're definitely not an ordinary race, so I guess it makes sense they would do this well. And the rabbits only do this well because they spread so fast, really. They don't have a very powerful army in comparison. Crystals could beat them. I think they've got way too much land to be beaten by just the crystals alone, though. We'll see how it ends. I'm rooting for the crystals. I honestly want to see them win. I always like crystal people. The white mages have a ton of territory, though. Really don't know how it's gonna go. They're taking a while to go to war. A long while. Try not to make it lag my computer too badly. Still make it go kind of fast. Some meteors were dropped. Who even has meteors? I guess these guys have to be the ones that have them. No? I mean, who has it? Okay. Um, War is popping off right now. They're going crazy. Yeah, they're fighting the Alliance. Yeah, this is about to be a gigantic, just huge death toll. I mean, why do they have so many? They have so many boats in this little body of water. This is huge, though. Yeah. They're just completely slaughtering these poor rabbits. They don't have a chance. They don't have as good of equipment. The crystal guys gotta get to the front lines. Oh, they're still fighting them here, though. Yeah, this is gonna be a huge, huge war. This is gonna be the most devastating war in the history of this world. Yeah. Just see, this is. Let's see how this develops. Yeah, there's a ton of fighting. More meteors. My ancestors have played these games before. Yeah. Maybe at one point. This kind of thing might have been reality at one point, just fighting over as much land as you could. Well, hmm. The white mages are not suffering as bad of losses as these two are. They're actually like beating them, like, oh, jeez. This skeleton is just sitting here alone in his kingdom. You know what? I'm just gonna. This guy's just chilling. I mean, what's up with him? Just launching meteors at them. Yeah, this is... Ooh, this is going badly. Well, they're launching pretty good meteors, though. They're trying. I mean, I guess the white mages would still have a long ways to go before they actually reach the crystals all the way up here. I mean, they just have so many... Such a large population, though. They're just spamming meteors on them. Well, they got some people up here, I think. Yep. Something's going on. I think the fighting over here is over. Oh! Let's just see how this war goes. This war is pretty much going to decide who gets the rest of the territory after it's over. Yeah, the white mages are doing some real work right now. Now, I was really hoping that they would come through with their alliance, but they didn't have any coordination at all. I mean, what happened? I guess the crystals are still maybe arriving. Oh, they're getting converted. They're getting converted! They're just siphoning your numbers away. Oh, they're converting over here. No! Well, the crystals are taking this, actually. Can they get it? Yep. That's something. They got the whole island at least. Yeah, there's a whole lot of deaths. What's happening? Okay, so a lot of kingdoms were wiped out. I could tell that like these three were becoming the dominant kingdoms. The crystals, rabbits. This was like a rebellion from the original rabbit kingdom. And then this ice mage kingdom that formed on this island spread over here as the kingdoms in here were being weakened. Yeah, everything else is gone though. There's no more crabs or anything like that, or elves. They were all wiped out. So there's just a huge battle between these three. These two are in an alliance, fighting the white mages. It's not going well. It's going pretty badly. It's looking like the white mages are probably going to win and probably end up having the most map dominance. I've turned off rebellions for now because I wanted this to be like a big fight and not have it be interrupted by a rebellion, but it looks like the white mages are just going to win anyways. Like, the crystals probably won't be wiped out because they've got a pretty good defense in this island, too. But they're probably not going to like get through all this. This is a ton of stuff to work through. Especially because the rabbits are really lacking right now. They're just acting like meat shields. They don't have any equipment at all. Like, let me see what their king is using. What do you have equipped? Like, literally nothing. Their king is 13. That's... Yeah, I don't know. And then there's like a random skeleton kingdom that just kind of formed. I don't know why. There's still some cold ones in circulation around the white mage villages, though. They've got some of them leading their villages. Some of the species have survived. they got a rabbit leader. Yeah, there was a cold one leader, another one. I'm glad there's still some cold ones. I think they're pretty cool. Especially now that, I mean, they've got a really unique reproduction that I think works in a really cool way. I'm just surprised they could be so friendly with other kingdoms, though. So yeah, we went from 12 races controlling kingdoms to like 3 kingdoms now. And we're just gonna see who wins. And if there is ever like just one kingdom that's like a clear winner, I'll probably turn rebellions back on and see what happens. Because we are gonna just go to year 1000. I'm trying to make it interesting though. I mean, this is a climactic war. I guess it's just kind of being stuck in the middle right here, really. Could go either way. This is really just this is the fight for who's going to get the most dominance on this map, though. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're holding a line. Yeah, they're staying at the same population because they can't really get past the front lines here. They probably can't breach the islands well. I think with enough time, though, eventually... It looks like the white mages are slowly chewing away at their population, though. Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know. It looks like the rabbits are still able to repopulate pretty quick. I mean, they do have to deal with 2 kingdoms to fight, though. But I don't know why the crystals are slacking so much. They should be, like, getting their whole army right around here and just cruising through. I know they've got a strong army. They're just sniping them. They've got bows. Good mithril bows. Oh, they're swimming, too. I don't usually see them swim across. Well, they're not going to make it anyways. They've all got pretty good weaponry. They're going to need a much bigger force to breach the island. Yeah, the rabbits are only strong because they keep repopulating. They have never had a good army. I think they've only won and gotten as big as they were just because they're good at breeding really fast. Their army has always had really bad equipment, but they just are able to outnumber everybody. The crystals, they gain slower, but on the Crystal Island they end up getting a lot of resources. That's the only crystal biome in this. Everything else is just permafrost. In fact, crystal would still work well enough with like the wintry ice feel, though. Yeah, these white mages, I don't know. I mean, it'd be good if they could take this land at least, but it's like they're not even touching their borders. The white mages are slowly eating through, maybe. Yeah, it looks like another wave of troops are hitting the rabbits right now. They're dropping meteors on the island. Yeah. They're really just trying to get any ground they can, I guess, or just kill them wherever they can. Yeah. I guess they are kind of all stagnating around the same numbers, though. They're repopulating about as fast as they're dying. Well, every now and then they drop meteors, though. I mean, I guess it makes sense it would come down to these 3, because rabbits repopulate really fast, so they just can't be killed fast enough without like a ton of focus being hit on them. And the white mages are a pretty strong race, like innately, and they spawn with ice staffs, they make ice staffs, and crystal golems are pretty decent too. They're much stronger if you put them in a crystal biome, though. If they get a stronger religion, they could win. Could. I think they need an earthquake, because meteors are pretty good, but they've got so much land that like one meteor, like 1 or 2 meteors is not going to do much at all. They need an earthquake to hit a much larger area and like mess up their buildings, disrupt their villages. I don't know if they're gonna do that though. I kind of doubt it. I don't want to mess with their religions and make them do it though. I kind of want to just see what happens naturally. Hmm. The Rabbit Kingdom got converted to White Mage. There's more. There's like an equal balance of White Mage and Rabbit leaders. I guess this is more of a. I guess it's like a combination of White Mages and Rabbits. We'll still call it the Rabbit Kingdom, but I guess it was always more of like a combination of White Mages and Rabbits. Rabbit dominance has fallen off. It's still a pretty big kingdom. They got their numbers all the way to 900 again. They were floating around the 800s, and now they're back up to 9. Yeah, they're really at just like a stalemate now. It's like the map is too big for any progress to be made anymore. Man, and I swear on the old WorldBox it wasn't even like this. I feel like wars happened a lot faster on the on the old version. It happened a lot faster then. Let me just try to speed up time without breaking it. Yeah, how long has this war even been going on now? There's been 5,000 deaths. Um, yeah. Yeah, that kingdom is gone now. They already destroyed the bears. Yeah, the white mages spread to a lot of the kingdoms. They've been fighting each other for a little bit, honestly. Like, there were white mages in like every kingdom, or almost every kingdom. I don't know why. They kept breaking off from their main kingdom a lot. I mean, their original kingdom got wiped out like a long time ago. They started off on this little, like, Wizard Hat Island. They're fighting over here now, actually. Oh, the crystals actually took this. Look at all that mithril. Those are dead crystals. There's so much mithril. Oh yeah, they're sniping. They got a ton of white staffs. They're on that sniping grind to defend their island. They have a ton of living plants, though. That's a really strong defense. Oh, wow. I did not notice how many plants they had. Yeah, that's a huge city defense. All those plants, man, that's a lot of health they would have to eat through to get to their city. Yeah, that's a problem, actually. 'Cause the crystals don't have that. I forget, what do they even have in their religion? They've got their own religion still. They got the plant. They got bubble shield, cure, silence. And I don't know what the rabbits have. They got the crystal religion, so same stuff. Great. And they've got the bear religion, even though they like exterminated them. So yeah, they can make earthquakes. Yeah, honestly, knowing that they have that many like plant defenses, like that widespread now. Yeah, I think this is just how the map is going to look now, I think, honestly, because there's no way they're going to get past that. They can take the islands, but they're not going to breach like this area with all those plants, like all those green dots in their territory. Those are all like 300 health plants. They can make more. I mean, Well, the Grey Kingdom is about to get 1,000 population again, though. They went from 800 to close to 1,000 again now. And then, what is this guy doing? I wasn't even paying attention. I don't even know what happened over here. I guess someone caused an earthquake or something and just killed every crystal over here or something. And now we have another White Mage Kingdom. Because they just love to just break off and make their own kingdom for some reason. And I have rebellions off too, so they just wander off and go make their own kingdom, I guess. Yeah, this war is gonna be a stalemate for a long time. They can't even take this territory. Like, what's even going on in here? Oh, they're about to take it. There's a little fighting going on. Looks like they're about to kick the mages out of that zone. Maybe. But they're just not dropping below 1900 though. It's crazy. This is what the whole like world has come down to though. It's just these three massive kingdoms fighting each other, and I mean these guys have been making like a pretty hard sweep of the whole island so far. These guys are the only ones that have been stopping their growth. It's like we are literally just in a three-way stalemate. Like, I don't know when this war is even gonna end. I think I was just like teleporting. You see that? Guess they can make a teleportation spell. They still don't have that whole island settled yet. I mean, they've got that island. I think my items are gone. There's still the 2 items. They just stuck a king's staff in a village storage. Are you kidding me? And this guy's got the Penguin King staff, the original Penguin King. These are the only 2 original king items left in circulation. She's got full mithril. She's just like a regular white mage in the Grey Kingdom. And that's just in storage. Get that thing out! Get that thing out. That thing is really good. Why would you put that in storage? You gotta use that. You need that right now. Well, I mean, they might even be immune to the damage anyway. Yeah, this war is just... I think it's been going on for like at least 50 years now. Probably longer. Probably like 100 years. It's kind of interesting to see, though, that they're all so powerful. They're just locked in like an endless stalemate now. I'm convinced that like no one's gonna... Like, this is only gonna end when they're just tired of fighting. Because I don't think anyone's gonna actually win this fight with how things are going. They're not gonna breach this territory because of all the plants, the living plants. Or, I mean, I would be really surprised if they did. They're... Well... Hang on. Oh no, they were conquering it there. They were conquering it there, and then they're losing it. Let me make it like that, so we can see a little better, maybe. It's kind of hard to see when they're taking it over. I mean, the crystals are slowly gaining ground. The gray ones are holding ground. But it's like, it's such a slow battle of attrition, though. Oh, they're about to take some huge land, though. Oh, they just took some land. Oh, man. Crystals are trying to conquer. They're just trying, and they just can't pull it off. Man, the world population was like 6,600 at one point, and we're down to 4,000. Such a brutal time. Man, I was not imagining this war was going to take so long, but this is literally just an endless stalemate at this rate. This is never going to end. Look how many plants they have over here! Holy shit! You think that's enough? Look at all those plants on that small island. Dude, relax. They're just spamming that. They can't even reach that middle area, and you're still just like non-stop making plants come alive. They're never gonna make progress. The earthquaking all the biome away. This is crazy. Okay, the crystals might take some territory. Man, they're just giving them a hard time over here, though. Like, I don't know why they can't just spread to the rest of this island already. They need that land. They won't win unless they all three fight each other. I don't think they will, though. The crystals and rabbits are in an alliance against the white mages, because otherwise they would just get, like, flattened. Probably. Like, if it was a free-for-all, these guys would definitely win. These guys are, like, working together, because otherwise they just would definitely lose. It's honestly pretty smart of them. But yeah, because of that, they're just locked in this endless stalemate. It's kind of fun though. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even mind if this lasted to like year 1000 if that was the case, because like it's just a huge like never-ending duel pretty much. Like it's gonna be a catastrophic war for sure. This is one for the books. And just insane. Because I mean, if they can't defeat them right now as they're spamming all these plants, like when could they even do it? Oh my lord! Look at all these plants on the map. Crystals, crystals took land. Land ho! They finally got it. I don't think it's gonna last, honestly. I don't even know where they at. What's going on? Oh, they just lost it. Never mind. Never mind, they're about to lose it right back. Yeah, they had it though. Maybe next time. This is such a slow war. I've never seen a war take this long. Look at all that mithril where the crystals died. Each mithril is from where a crystal died. And they're spreading the crystal biome a bit too with their village. I didn't notice that. I didn't know they did that. I thought it was just the necromancers that did that. That's pretty cool, actually. You can spread a little more crystal biome onto the permafrost. Yeah, this is pretty insane, though. All these dead crystals. These guys are just chilling. They're just watching from that island, I guess. Yeah, that's so much mithril right there, though. Yeah, it's all those living plants are really starting to lag my game now, though, when I speed it up. I can see all of them just dancing on the map. As if anyone's even actually going to reach them. Like, look, they just have so much on this island, though. That's just so unnecessary. You're just lagging my computer, man. A war that lasted 2,000 years, they just couldn't get each other. Was it like this? Were they just like in an endless stalemate at the front lines and they couldn't breach any islands? Or they just like were blocked by mountains or something? Well, I mean, I guess at least everything will be interesting. I mean, I still don't want to turn rebellions on, because if I turn rebellions on, one of the kingdoms is going to rebel, and they're just, like, that's just going to be a complete loss at that point. And that's a cheap way to make someone lose, just by chance, by rebellion. Maybe after this war is over, I'll turn rebellions back on, though, but this is... I don't know if there is an end to this war. They're repopulating as fast as they're dying at this rate. It's just crazy. I mean, these guys are still, like, slowly gaining plus population. But, not by much. They're not getting a whole lot done. How many people have died in this war? I'm about to just delete some of those living plants, because it's really going to cause a lot of lag if they just never stop. So yeah, 70 deaths. We have a total world population of 4,300 now. Yeah, this is just... it's just crazy. Yeah, this is just gonna take a minute. Oh, they just dropped a meteor on their main island, finally. Hopefully it took out some of the plants. Yeah, I have no clue how this is gonna work on mobile either, man. There's so much more detailed animations and graphics and stuff that it's just, it's gonna destroy some people's old phones, man. It's gonna just heat it up so much it's actually just gonna explode if they try to play this on some old mobile devices. Because, I mean, this is a pretty good, I mean, it's not like a high-end, like, top-of-the-line computer I'm using, but it's a pretty decent computer. It's a whole, like, desktop and everything. It's meant for high-end gaming, but I mean, just not like the highest end. But I mean, there's just so many entities on the screen because of all the living plants. It just causes so much lag. It was not running like this earlier until they gained all that land and then just spread all those plants. You have an iPhone 14, yeah. I've got an iPhone 13. Hopefully that's enough. I really don't know. I wonder if there would still be a way to play the old WorldBox. Like, I know this version has so much more, but I wonder if there's any way to, like, still play the old version once you've updated, like, or if it's just gone forever. Well, the island was just completely eliminated somehow. No one's there. No one's on the wizard hat. Yeah, I mean, this population is just staying the same for so long now. Hey, someone got the Mage King staff out. How many years? 119 years. 119 years of straight war, and, like, nothing has changed. Ooh, they're actually gaining some numbers. Look at all those plants! They're just... there's, like, dancing plankton. Yeah, this is just crazy at this rate, man. I guess it is just gonna stay the same. They took an island at least. Need to have peace and break alliance. I don't I don't know why they don't just call for peace if they understand, like, I mean, I would have thought they would. I guess not. Yeah, this is causing an increasing amount of lag. They need to spam like way more meteors if they're gonna use those. And they need to put them like all on this island back here. That would help them a fair bit at least. Since that's their capital, I guess it would do something. Besides just hitting a spot that's just gonna get reclaimed immediately. Their capital is on an isolated island. And no one's over here somehow. I mean, at least the crystals took this island. They did that much at least, but they weren't able to fully take this. Their territory is still here. I guess they can't move up here anywhere. Yeah, there's so many living plants, I don't think they even have a chance anymore. They just have so many, like, plant and meat shields. And it's just ridiculous. These guys should join the fight. They should get up to, like, population 500 and then just join the fight against these guys. Maybe that could do something to help, I don't know. Played a world with 4,000 plus years. Yeah. I bet that was fun. I kind of want to have like a world that's like just so many years. Like one day I want to hit like 10,000 years in a world, but it's like what could I even set up to last for 10,000 years? How many rabbits are left in this kingdom, I wonder? I mean, there's got to be enough to repopulate. Ooh! Ooh, they're pushing up. Yeah, they're actually making a little bit of progress. Rhinos are strong. Yeah, maybe I should make a world with like the most overpowered races. Like rhinos, evil mages, necromancers, demons or something. Change the reproduction. I don't know. Maybe that's what I should try. Just like the most lasting creatures. Yeah, these guys, wait, who's that? Is that the skeleton guy? Who do I have favorited right now? No, that's a cold one. That guy right there. I still have some cold ones in circulation somehow. See how many rabbits there are. I guess I can look at the total here. Forgot that I can just do that. 363. Right? And then... how many white mages are there? There's probably like over 3,000. There's 533 crystal golems. Yeah, 3293 white mages. 161 cold ones. That's how many are still in circulation. Don't know if they've got any more bears or not. They were bears. There's 43. No howlers. The wolves got eliminated quite a bit earlier. No cool beaks. No crabs. That's all very unfortunate. They were all just wiped off the map completely. These guys are making a little bit of progress now, actually. That's kind of concerning, because I want all those plants to die. They're about to make more. I wish these guys could make a civilization. That would make for some fun stuff if you could like spawn them, and they could just add to their civilization. But I mean, I guess maybe it wouldn't make the most sense since all they do is just attack everybody. I don't know. I guess there's that. Yeah, these guys are getting a bigger population now. They're really pushing up against the former Rabbit Kingdom. I'm getting a lot of lag right now. Might have to slow the game down soon, actually, if it keeps getting worse. Yeah, I think maybe the white mage is built up enough that they can now just eliminate. They can just push up and eliminate slowly. Stalemate's ending. Maybe I should force these guys to join the war, honestly. Because what's even the point of having them around? They're just another white mage kingdom. I'm tired of so many white mage kingdoms. Yeah, let's see what happens. I kind of doubt much is gonna really go down, but we'll see. I mean, they've only got like 350. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, they're getting a ton of population now. Definitely outmatching them. I mean, yeah, let's look at the alliance. I mean, yeah, they outnumber them completely. Alright, I might have to slow the game down because it's so laggy now. We're gonna have to go to 10x speed. Yeah, they're about to slowly eat up the Rabbit Kingdom. Yeah, this war is this is the big one for sure compared to all the other wars. The unicorns. Yeah, unicorns are pretty cool. I tried making have them make civilizations and try to join in the kingdoms, but they never really do well on my worlds for some reason. I don't know why. I give them the celestial biome and all the basic stuff for civilization stuff, and then I don't know, they just don't really seem to do all that much once they do that. But they're pretty nice. I mean, it's nice they're in the game. I really wish there was a way to put dragons in civilizations, but I guess they operate pretty differently than most other animals and creatures. That would be really nice, though, to have some kind of dragon race. Or dragon civilization. Maybe if they were like a new subspecies and they were nerfed in some way, that might work. They were like reworked or something to be like an ordinary humanoid. Yeah. I like the crab people and I like the acid people. Acid gentlemen. I like the necromancer civilizations because they make skeletons. Yeah. The dragons will probably crash the game. But yeah, the necromancers, they make skeletons in their civilizations, and then, you know, that's pretty nice for them. They can do that. They can do a lot of unique stuff in their civilizations, which are cool. Aliens. Maybe I gotta do more experimentation, but every time I make an alien civilization, it always just like destroys itself somehow. Like they really just kind of suck at spreading. I don't know what it is. They really just suck. I like the turtle people. It's pretty dope. And I really wish we got like reworked worms too or something. Like a sandworm for like the deserts, like a dune. Because right now this worm is just kind of lame, honestly. It just makes your world a kind of a mess. Just kind of makes it ugly. And insects can make their own civilization. I wish there were bug people as well. Yeah, aliens just destroy the world. Yeah, I've noticed they kill each other a lot. I don't know why. I don't know if that's a bug or I can't really find anything in their genetics or subspecies or anything to figure out why they do that. It's kind of annoying though. Um, yeah, I kind of wish aliens were better. I know they're a more exotic race. Can fairies make a village? What do you mean fair? Oh, fairies? I don't know. Let me check actually. I mean, it won't matter if I put down like one fairy. Hang on a sec. Let me just zoom in. I guess they can, because you can toggle these on. So they should be able to. Okay, yeah, this battle is getting concerning. I'm still on 10 times speed. I'm lagging about as badly as I was before. No, these guys took over. These guys are helping. I mean, trying to anyway. They're trying to keep them alive, I guess is what I should be saying. Um, so yeah, fairies can do that. I don't think ghosts can do that though. I think these guys might be able to, but not the ghost. There's no zombie civilization. It's probably for the best. I wish there were like bug people though. That'd be pretty cool. You can still make bugs have a civilization though. There's just no sapient form for them. But at least they can have their own civilization. Let's let's eliminate these guys by forcing them to go to war with these guys too. Cause I'm tired of white mage villages just showing up everywhere. They've already like got so much of the map. Yeah, this war is just gonna go on forever. Tell you what. I might turn rebellions back on just to see if like someone here rebels. Then it can take from their resources and at least kill some of the plants maybe so I can get less lag. Because it looks like it's a... I mean, this is a pretty standard war of attrition now. The crystal numbers are down. These guys' numbers are just kind of eh, but they're still pushing back pretty hard. These guys aren't doing much. We'll just see if the orcs are stronger or rhinos. I don't know. I feel like the rhinos, but I don't really know for sure. So test that one day. I was planning on making a desert world as well. Like this is just a big snow world, but I'll make a desert world and a Wasteland World and stream those one day. Probably next weekend. Because I won't have time soon. Next time I'll probably just go to 500 years though, not 1,000 all at once. Okay. Let's just turn rebellions back on. See what happens, I guess. Maybe there will be a non-white mage leader that rebels. Okay, my game is, my PC is crying for relief right now from these plants. Next weekend over. Yeah. Hopefully sometime this month it'll be on mobile. That would be nice. It'll probably either be at the end of this month or maybe early next month. But yeah, I really just have no clue how this is going to work on mobile. You serious? That's the kingdom that rebelled, not the White Mage Kingdom. It was the old Rabbit Kingdom. Okay, yeah, now this is really... Okay, yeah, never mind, never mind. It fractured, it fractured. Destroy some plants. See, the thing is, I don't think I can... Well, maybe... What's the... Hang on a sec. Which... Moves grass and bushes. So does this work on plants? No. X. No. Alright. Okay, well, now that I know that, I didn't know that, that did that. Yeah, you can just lose all plant privileges, honestly. Put the trees back at least. Yeah, you can just remake those plants if you want, buddy. Tired of dealing with those. I won't get rid of all of these plants, but I'll get rid of some of them. 'Cause I am tired of seeing them. Alright, that should be good enough. Let's turn rebellions back off before they go too insane. That's enough kingdoms. I was not expecting this kingdom to rebel. I wanted these ones to rebel more, and I guess they did. What culture are they using? Still the elf culture? Still the bear religion? Elf culture and bear religion. I don't get how that works. I really don't understand. Let's go to 15x again. I've never had to delete plants because of the lag before, though. I'll probably get them back eventually, but they should last for the rest of the 1,000 years at least. And I feel like the crystals are... I mean, I guess they're still fighting because they're losing population, but I don't even notice much from them anymore. Are these guys... Who has this? Is it... Nano? Yeah. See how this goes. Definitely adding some chaos to this whole battlefield. It's disrupting the main White Mage Kingdom a little bit, but they're probably going to recover eventually. Or they might just get locked into another stalemate, and they still just can't be defeated ultimately, I don't know. Hang on a sec, let me get the ages to go by a little faster too. Yeah, we'll just do like that. So yeah, I should be able to go without rebellions for the rest of the duration now, I think, because those ones cause a bit of chaos, a bit of a stir up. I think that's about all I'll need now. See, like, this large rebellion of them is enough to just... like, I don't know if they'll be able to retake this or not, honestly. Because they still have the plants and stuff. Like, they might just have enough stuff to just stalemate, like, themselves, pretty much. And they're already making a bunch of plants again. It's starting to slowly lag my computer out again. No, no, maybe they will retake it, actually. It looks like they're... I mean, I guess they are completely surrounded by them. They probably will get overtaken. Man. Well, yeah, it looks like they're gonna retake it eventually, yeah. It slowed them down a little, maybe, but I mean, this rebellion happened and now they're taking over that. I mean, it's just unfortunate for them. Crystals are still chilling the way they were before, though. So that's something. Yeah, it probably will. So the rebellion just kind of made the map a little messier, though, with like this happening, though. They really should have stayed together. I don't know why they rebelled, because now they kind of just screwed themselves with that. Yeah, I mean, even with that stuff, I mean, they're about to be back on track the way it was before, except now this kingdom is split in two. The crystals aren't really doing a whole lot. I mean, I don't really know if they can, because they're so far away. They're not really spreading anywhere. These guys are just stuck on this island. I mean, they'll probably get killed off eventually. Well, I hate to say it, but I think that those white mages are probably gonna win. Probably gonna win. They completely steamrolled their rebellion. And these two guys up here are still fighting in their petty rebellion when... I mean, really, they got... Well, hang on, hang on. Did I miss something? Okay, no, they're not in an alliance. They're just fighting both of them. So yeah, they just have way too much to deal with. They're gonna get defeated. Yeah. Yep, those white mages are gonna win. The war probably will end before the year 1000 because of that rebellion. Well, maybe. I mean, I would think so anyway, but I guess they do still have to breach all the way back here to the crystals, and that might take them a little bit. Yeah, there's some serious fighting going on. Might have to get rid of some more plants again, eventually. Yeah, look at all that mithril, though. That's just a crazy amount. All those dead crystals. That's their battlefield. Kind of want to see... what kind of loot do they have in this, though? Yeah, a lot of, fair bit of mithril stuff. Some more... Okay, yeah, these guys are keeping a ton of ice staves. And mithril gear. Yeah. Those are probably the spoils of war, or just equipment that was used by dead mages. They lost. Yeah, I think that little rebellion really just really messed them up in the end. We're looking at total white mage dominance now. Yeah, now they're gonna have the whole map to spread their frickin' plants on. Might as well get rid of them again. Because they're just gonna be really annoying if I don't. I mean, it's not like they even really need them at this point. They're just gonna make them again. Yeah. I don't know how much you can see in the stream how much my PC is lagging, but it's definitely having an effect. Yeah, that kingdom is just gonna take over the entire place though. That's practically a guarantee at this stage. If they had earthquakes, they might have been able to do a little more, but their magic just was not. Change it more. Yeah, you know, maybe I should just do that, honestly. I probably should. Because I really. Yeah, we'll just take that away. They can do that other stuff, I guess. I haven't even seen them use an earthquake. But yeah, I mean, they've got plenty of plants as it is. I don't think they're going to get breached anyways. I think it's just going to. They're probably just going to rule the world until year 1000. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, the plants. I mean, I don't know how they would have done without the plants. But I mean, with the plants, yeah, they definitely had like an impenetrable wall, like throughout their entire land, with how many they had. I mean, without them, it'd probably be like an even fight, but with them, I mean, they just couldn't push them back at all. Yeah, it is a really strong defense for sure, especially because they can just like spam it and just get like a ridiculous amount if they have a ton of land like they did. That basically guarantees no one's getting through if they have like that much land to use it on. Oh. Man, these guys are really just not stopping their war with each other, huh? Man, that hurts to see the crystals slowly die out like that. I was honestly rooting for them. But I mean, yeah, white mages get really fucking strong. Especially if they're left unchecked. Imagine if it was just sand instead of soil. Yeah. See, that's how it's probably going to be when I do the desert world. I'm probably going to have it like half regular sand and half just like arcane desert and all that. Hello. Well, Yeah, I've got a bunch of white mage kingdoms still that just keep popping up and going to war with each other for some reason. But yeah, yeah, year 1000, like year 995 or something. I'll put a piece to all the wars, and then we'll just see how the whole world turned out afterwards. But yeah, the white mages definitely won this. Yeah, it can take a while. I'm wondering if I should force these guys to fight these guys too or not, or if I should just leave it all play out at this point. Maybe I'll stop them from making plants too, because they've got plenty of plants out. And I am just so tired of the lag. Huh. Well, I guess they don't have plants. There's a bunch in there though, I don't know what's going on. Um, you know what? I'll let these guys, let me let these guys have a little bit of, yeah. Since we're close to the end and they're about to go out. Give them a little bit of power to maybe throw at them as a last ditch effort. It's probably not going to do too much anyways. I mean, they're a huge number. There's no way they're going to eliminate them at this stage or win the war. Oh, hey, look, they got a rabbit leader again. They return to rabbit right before they're about to be completely snuffed out. Yeah, they're about to be taken over though. Wonder how many rabbits are left now. 8 rabbits. Just because they spread so fast. There's only 10 rabbits left in the whole world. How many cold ones are left? 136. They're staying consistent, honestly. Ooh, a lot of meteors. I don't know. The crystals might be able to defend their home, but I doubt they're gonna really make a comeback against those guys. Why are they attacking them? No. You know what? We're getting close to the end. I'm gonna intervene a little. You should not be fighting with these guys, alright? You need to focus on these guys. That same war is still going on, I bet. There's no more items. No, all my favorite items were lost now. These guys are still alive. Wait, hang on, what level? Only 44. I was gonna look at something, but I forget what now. I don't know. Well, what do you guys think? Should I just make every other kingdom attack this one before it ends? I mean, honestly, I don't even know if they would like win or not. Oh yeah, the war. 14,000 deaths. We are tired of war. Battle is all around us. Great. Yeah, all these kingdoms just gone now. Yeah, they really just, yeah, they went a little crazy. They're gonna keep going a little crazy too. You know what? Screw it. Let's just, So if I do spite, everyone goes to war with them, right? Oh, dang it. I ended the war. I didn't mean to do that. Well, that's fine. Yeah, let's just do... I don't know. I want to see how well they can do when they all team up against this one kingdom. See if they have enough strength to somehow break them down. They just threw a lot of meteors at their capital. Crystals are just taking a back seat at this point, though. Yeah, everyone's fighting. Well, I think they're all just gonna get defeated by the white mages instead, I guess. Because they just have that much strength, it seems like. Hey, look at this. As they're causing earthquakes now. All over. Yeah, you can see. They just have so much land now that that doesn't even... Not even that really matters. Well, I mean, they're trying. It's a lot of gems and mithril. How much mithril do they even have? Like, they have to have just a ridiculous amount, do they not? I don't see any mithril. None. None. Okay, here's some. They should have more though. Why are they so... Why do they have such little mithril? You can just take it. It's all around you. It's starting to lag a little again. I'm guessing it's because the world population is finally going up past like 4,500 again. Now it's past 5,000, so there's a little bit of lag on top of what plants are left. Man, the crystals are still getting beaten back. They're able to just fend off every kingdom at once, pretty much. I guess we can let this go on until year 1000. Yeah. Man. Yeah, they're really intent on finishing those crystals off while they're down. I would hope they can defend their islands somewhat well, at least. Yikes. Drop some meteors. It's not gonna do a whole lot though. You need to drop them a little further back. Ooh, that was a good meteor shot actually. Somewhat better at least. But yeah, I think the white mages pretty much have this, honestly. They can defeat all those kingdoms at once, pretty much. It's not a big deal to them. Let me see the unfortunate crystals up here. Just getting massacred. Yeah, they pretty much have that. This is all the crystals are being pushed all the way back to their point of origin, their capital. So, hopefully they can do something. Defend your island. Well, man. Oh, well, I think that cold one guy just got killed finally. Took a long time. You see all the creatures again. There's one rabbit left in existence. I wish I knew where it was. There's one rabbit. Still 154 cold ones. I guess they're pretty resilient when you get them out. Yeah, 200 crystal golems. I think pretty much everybody else was kind of wiped out already. There's like 25 bears. It's something. I have no clue where they're at. No skeletons. There was a skeleton king at one point. Yeah, no wolves, no crabs. They got 5,000 population. 500 people in the world are not part of that kingdom. So yeah, they pretty much win. Yup. No. They're still dropping meteors on them though. Yeah, they're really about to just eliminate everything else now. Well, the crystals are defending their final island, which, I mean, I would hope they can do that at least. They can still cast spells to keep some people back, I guess, maybe, but I mean, they're not really placing their spells in the best spots. I mean, they've got, like, they've won. I mean, look at this. There's no way the crystals are going to beat them at this point. It's just, they win. Well, they got a pretty good hit on their capital, at least, with that meteor. Yeah, they wiped out a good chunk of their capital. I mean, that's not going to completely destroy them. I mean, at least they got that off. I mean, let me look at their... What's their king like? I got no clue. It's 178. He doesn't really have much good gear. Yeah, the crystals are doing their best. But yeah, they're about to be smothered. I guess I'll turn on rebellions until... Well, yeah. We'll see if we can get a little more combat in before year 1000. Oh yeah, there's about to be a lot of rebellions. Probably just all white mage rebellions, though. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a lot. They must have been... I don't know, I guess they were resentful or something, man. Look at that. Yeah, there's about to be a whole lot of fighting. Honestly, the main one is probably still gonna win. If I had to guess. Let me just zoom in a little, maybe. Oh. Who's even... Okay. I don't know who summoned that meteor. Probably gonna take it all back in time, though. Maybe the crystals will be safe again for a little bit, I don't know. I guess they are still at war, but I mean, they're focusing a lot more on that right now. We are getting close to the end, though. Mm. Yeah, it's a lot for them to manage and keep up with. Ooh. Well, hmm. Don't know how much of this they'll be able to claim, honestly. And some of the rebellions are just fighting each other, too. Well, they are going to take it back in the end, but they will have a much lower population at the same time. I guess this one's, I don't know, it might stay or they might just not be dealing with it yet. It's a pretty large area, though. I mean, I guess they do have a ton of resources at the same time. They earthquaked this, like, entire island's biome off. They have honestly done a pretty good amount of damage to the landscape with the earthquakes and tornadoes and everything. Yeah, I don't know, I don't even know if the crystals are going to survive to the end or not. Kind of doubting it right now. Oh, some pretty big meteors over there. These guys are gaining a fair bit of ground. Don't know if they'll be able to keep that momentum, though. Probably not, honestly. Yeah, they'll probably take it over. And they're dealing with the crystals again. Hope they don't kill all of them. I want to be able to see this. Yeah, all those white mages messing up the crystals. They got a pretty good amount of health though, and I mean they've got the bubble shields and everything. Hopefully they can still defend it at least a little longer. Can they get to year 1000 at least? At year 1000 I'll call a total ceasefire on every war. And then I'll just end this world there. Maybe someday I'll come back to it, I don't know. That's how I'll retire it though. Kinda want the crystals to survive though. Well, the crystals have still defended their place. They've kept at least 100. So at least they have that going for them. Yeah, there's a bit of lag now. Guessing because of all the population. Right. The world is coming to its conclusion. These guys, I was not expecting them to rebel as successfully as they did in the end, but they'll get to keep it because I'm about to make peacetime whenever it's year 1000. Looks like the crystals might survive still. So, we started with 12 kingdoms of 12 different races. And yeah, we're seeing pretty much complete complete white mage dominance, and the crystals are barely going to survive on their safe little island in the corner. So, yeah, I mean, I guess this is how the world is going to end for now. We'll just make absolute peace. Yep. So yeah. And then we'll just go ahead and do this so they don't start any more wars, and then I can just look at it for a few minutes. So yeah, this has been 1,000 years of Ice Age, pure snow world. I guess it makes sense that the White Mage kind of won in the end because they are a very strong race. They've got a lot of positive traits, a lot of positive subspecies traits and everything. They craft ice staffs, they've got pretty strong magic, so I mean there's a reason why by default they're limited to have a population of no more than 100, I guess, because they can do this pretty well. Some species lasted longer than others. The rabbits lasted a long time because of their high population, but eventually even they were stamped out. The crystals only survived probably because of their very safe little island up here. They're very secure up here. Everyone else not so much, unfortunately. So this is the final conclusion of the map. The landscape is a little wrecked. There's a bit of grasslands biomes. Yeah, we're seeing majority Ice Mage. One corner of crystals. And that's the end of the Ice Age map. So we'll just save it separately. So yeah. Hope everyone who tuned in to see the stream or watched the stream afterwards, hope you enjoyed. Thought this would be a pretty fun idea for a little world, and I'll probably do other streams and videos soon of WorldBox. With different sort of worlds in mind. But yeah. This will be the end of the stream, so I thank you all for watching. And hopefully I'll be seeing everybody next weekend as well. So until then, see ya.